transform your companies, your organizations, your own careers, and even your entire communities. And it's amazing. It's phenomenal. And it makes me excited to come to work every day, and I love the work I do because of what you are doing and what I see happening. We also want to thank you for taking the time at 4 o'clock after a long day to come to this session and invest in yourself so that you can grow as an admin and grow your skill set to be even more awesome admin. Now, I mentioned we don't exist without you, and that is completely true because you are creating this incredible economy of trailblazers. Because of what you are doing, you are creating an entire industry for Salesforce skills, for people who know how to use Salesforce. 3.3 million jobs by 2020 will be in the Salesforce ecosystem. And a lot of those are Salesforce admin jobs. Now, what's especially cool about that is that almost half of Salesforce admins are female, which is pretty awesome. If you're a Salesforce admin and you are a female, give yourself a round of applause. Because we know that in the tech sector, that is a challenge, right? We know we got to move the needle. And the Salesforce admin community is already doing that, which is awesome. Now, another really cool part about being a Salesforce admin is that you're doing this all yourself. You're learning yourself. You're taking the initiative to go to Trailhead, to get your certifications. And in fact, 1 in 4 people who have done that have gotten a new job. It's pretty cool. Looks like it's working. So thank you all for doing that. This is exciting, it's inspiring, because those jobs that you're doing, as I mentioned, are transforming entire companies. And you're doing that by harnessing those awesome admin superpowers. So when we talk about awesome admin superpowers, as a Salesforce admin, there's a lot of things that you do, right? You probably have a lot of other jobs. But one of those jobs is trying to serve your users and help make their lives easier, right? Helping your business run smoother. And there's 2 superpowers we're going to talk about today that help you do that. We're going to talk about how you can champion productivity and how you can deliver innovation using the platform. Okay, so let's talk about this first part, champion productivity. We got some familiar faces on this slide. Is Emily Hay here? Oh, she's not here. She was here all day today. So these are actually local Australian admins, which is awesome. Emily Hay is on this slide because she champions productivity. She's also on her road to become a certified technical architect. And she understands how important productivity is at her organization and how she can use Salesforce to deliver that for her users. I love how she says, as a Salesforce admin, I champion productivity by helping users work faster and smarter with an awesome user experience and sophisticated reports and dashboards. Reports and dashboards, by the way, are one of the most powerful tools that all of us as admins can use to get everybody on Lightning, because executives love how beautiful they look. And speaking of Lightning, that is how you can champion productivity at your organization. Things like building custom homepages. That means that every time your users log into Salesforce, you can create a custom experience so that they get the information they need the moment they sign in. That means you can create a different homepage based on their profile, based on the app they're using. This is such an easy and awesome thing we can do as admins to deliver immediate productivity results for our users. Now, another thing we can do with Lightning is use the Lightning App Builder. You've probably seen it a lot today. This is this beautiful drag and drop interface where you can create custom record pages, custom app pages. You can use dynamic filtering to display those components based on the information on the page. Really powerful tool, and we're going to see it in a few minutes. Another thing is dashboards. So Lightning dashboards, I know you're not supposed to say software is sexy, but I think it's kind of sexy. So they are beautiful. They have beautiful colors. They're easy to use. They're dynamic. And like I said, executives love them. You show an executive a Lightning dashboard, especially on a mobile device, they're going to be like, I want that now. And mobile, everything we do in Lightning is available on mobile. And it's beautiful and it's responsive. You don't have to do any further customizations. It's really powerful because, hey, let's be real. All day today, what are we doing? On our phones, right? All right, so enough talking about all these great features. We're going to bring up Mike Gerholt, Admin Evangelist, Senior Director of Admin Evangelism, to give us a demo.
Thanks,
so Mike,
Jillian.
come on up.
Let's swap places. All right, so look at that. They went to the demo screen already. So I want to do just a quick reset. First, I want to also thank you for the beautiful city letting us come in. Just might flash randomly. This is my second time in Sydney. I've enjoyed it. I hope to get around, see more of the city. I've been in the harbor preparing for this, so thank you for being great hosts. To set the context for all of the demos that we're going to do today, Maria is our Salesforce admin, and she works for a company which we're super jealous about. It's called Sunshine Chocolates. And they do chocolates, and they do projects, and they help out businesses really sell their chocolates. So if we can all just kind of get in the mode of thinking chocolate, which isn't that hard at 4 o'clock, right? That's what we're going to do. So Maria's just created her sales app, and if you look out of the box, we're right at the home page. This page is really productive. We have our quarterly performance. Right off to the right, we have our assistant, which shows 30 days without an activity on an opportunity. It looks like we've got some key deals and recent opportunities there. And if we scroll down, we can see today's events and today's tasks. So right out of the box, we're doing pretty good on the productivity thing. But as a Salesforce admin, we can really amp this up. So, Jillian, you talked about Lightning App Builder. Let's go ahead and open up this page in Lightning App Builder and really drive some productivity so that when your users log into that home page, they can start doing things and seeing things and getting information right away. Part of the demo is dealing with a black blinking screen. It makes it feel like you never know what's coming next. We hold you in suspense. That's what we do. Okay, so we're in Lightning App Builder. Let's take a second, kind of figure out where we're at. It's almost like when your kids flip the switch and like turn the bedroom lights on and off, like, oh, you can see me, now you can't. So at some parts of the demo, we might just have to envision the screen. So here's Lightning App Builder. On the left-hand side, we have our components. Standard, Jillian scrolls down before it blinks. We'll have our custom components. And you see even a link at the bottom where we can get more from the App Exchange. In the middle, we have our canvas. And our canvas is where we're going to drag all those components. And then off to the right, anytime that we click on a component, we see its properties. So we can change the properties for anything that we're clicking on. So Jillian, we're going to make this super, super productive, and let's add a rich text area. Because you know, as a Salesforce admin, the first thing the people in sales want to know is when the next big sales meeting is. And if you don't put it right in front of their face, they're going to miss it. So we're going to put this right in front of their face, top right. And you can see how when Jillian clicked on the component in the canvas, off to the right, she can make all of her edits. She's going to add some fun text. I like the use of emojis. Okay, and then we save that, so we're good there. But Jillian, we can make this even more productive, so let's add a report chart. In addition to that quarterly performance chart, which is pretty good, we can add a report chart, all of our open deals, but maybe we want to change that. You know, they're messing with us because Megan isn't in this keynote. And so it's them flickering the screens. It's Megan down here in the front row. I apologize. That is not an optimal experience for you. But while the screens were flickering, we can see that Jillian has changed that report type. So now, in addition to that quarterly performance chart, they also have a relevant report right on that front home screen. So Jillian saved that page. Look at that. So we've made the home page super productive. Salespeople, we know they're all about opportunities, right? Everything that they open is an opportunity. So Maria uses favorites, and she's favorited in opportunity, and she can jump right into it. So that's a huge productivity feature. Think of it, you don't have to search. She goes to this opportunity a lot because Mary's Gourmet Foods is a very important opportunity for her. Now, one of the things that salespeople love to do is send email, and they love to type the same email all the time. No? Your salespeople don't? So the same goes for Maria's. So what Maria did is she went and she added quick text, which allows her users to quickly log activities or emails by just clicking a button. So look at this. Click a button. We can search for all of the quick text. We got a post, follow-up, send email. One click, all of the emails in there. So think of how much faster now Maria's users can send that follow-up email. So we did that. And we're not going to go to the phone yet. I know we'd like to go to the phone. We're almost to the phone.
It's the last session of the day, folks.
Yeah.
We are still on the laptop, though.
Still, there we are.
Go.
Awesome. So Maria's user is going to finish sending that email. And then, Jillian, I think we should probably make this page more productive, right? So let's make this page more productive with Lightning App Builder. Now, the nice thing about when you edit pages in Salesforce with Lightning App Builder, it all looks the same. So the left-hand side, we have our components. In the middle, we have our canvas. And off to the right is the properties of the component that we click on. So, Jillian, I know a lot about sales. What are we going to do to make this productive? Oh, let's add a report chart.
So there's a lot of activity that happens on the opportunity, and we want to track that right here on the page.
You're right. So salespeople often will log a lot of activity to an opportunity, but when an executive wants to get in there and be productive, they really need that high level, that quick snapshot. What's going on this account? So Jillian can add a report. She can edit the fields that she wants to pull in.
And Mike, this is really only useful while the opportunity is open.
Okay.
So when the opportunity is closed, we can use filters to only display this until the opportunity is closed.
That's right. So let's not show this component when the opportunity is open. I like that. So it shows there, and if you save the page and we go back, what happens? Component's not there, but if we close the opportunity, we're good to go. Now, when we go into opportunities a lot, I sometimes use list views. So Jillian, let's go and pull up some list views for opportunities, because list views in Salesforce have gotten really, really productive with the recent release. So here's our My Top Opportunities, and we can pin this right to the top. Jillian, how does that make us more productive?
So what's great is when you pin a list view, that means every time you open that Opportunities tab, this pinned list view, your top opportunities, is going to pop up. Not recently viewed, as we've been experiencing for a long time.
Ever. But the nice thing that we can also do, and I think you did this in advance, is we can also wrap text or clip text. So this means that no matter what you're pulling in on that list view, if it's a long field, you can wrap it and you can start consuming that a lot faster. And Jillian, I believe we can even add this to our navigation, can't we?
We sure can. So just by clicking this tab and adding Open My Opportunities in a new tab, look at that. We can have another tab with that list view right there.
So if you go to the list view a lot, it's right there in your top nav. But now you are going to show us something really cool, and I believe it's Kanban.
It is
right?
Kanban. I love Kanban.
I'm a huge fan. I have sticky notes all over my laptop. And if you have users that use sticky notes a lot, Kanban view might be the view that they love to see their opportunities in. Now there's a little triangle down there at the bottom. Oh, that means we don't have an activity on this. So we can be super productive right from the Kanban view, and we can actually add a new task on this opportunity. So we didn't actually have to go into the record. We can just have our users add that task right there. I think we're doing well. We've showed favorites. We can actually add a report chart to this. So if you're visual like me and you love to see where things are at, you can also view it in the list view. You can change it around. Maybe a donut. There was a donut shop in the mall. I got donuts on the brain.
Now I want a donut. I want chocolates and a donut.
Put a donut on the Kanban view. That's what you do. Okay, so that's pretty good, but I feel like really executives want reports and dashboards, don't they? Because we've done a lot, we've made them super productive. How can we be productive in a dashboard? So let's pull that up. This is a pretty good dashboard. And right at the top, which Jillian skimmed past, we have filters. So filters are super helpful in helping you refilter all of the data on that dashboard. But I mean, we have 2. We're awesome admins. We can have 3. So Jillian, let's add a dashboard filter. Now what she clicked on for date type as relative, I love this because we can say this quarter or next quarter, as opposed to a calendar date. We can just have Salesforce pull this data from us. It already knows it. So let's go ahead and add that. Now we have 3 filters. And the dashboard's saved. Now when we go back and we change one of these, immediately all of the reports on that dashboard have changed. So we didn't have to go in, edit any of the reports, we could just use that filter. Now, Jillian mentioned mobile. So Maria's users are on their phone. They're not always sitting at their desk. So let's go ahead and pull up that mobile device, because what I want to show you is that Maria's users can actually go into the Salesforce app, already see that that filter's been applied, refresh it, change it, and see the screen right there. So
let's go to the mobile device.
We went to it earlier, but it was a little
Everyone,
too
let's
soon.
go to the mobile device. There we go.
There we go. Mobile device. When you open up Salesforce, and we pull up that dashboard. And we can see the same reports that we saw on the screen before we went there. And of course, if we need to refresh it or change one of the filters, now notice we already changed that filter right on the desktop and went to the device. It was already there. So when Jillian changed the next one, those dashboards refreshed. And it's the same dashboard that Maria had on her desktop. So to summarize, we edited the home page to make our users productive right from the moment they log in. Because we dealt with a sales app, we went into opportunities and had our users edit those list views, and they could even pin them or add them to their navigation, so our users were being productive and could use Salesforce as they want to. And then from an admin standpoint, we added a filter to a dashboard and also showed our users how to use Salesforce so they could immediately start consuming that data whether they're in front of a desktop or on a mobile device. So Jillian, that is how Maria champions productivity at Sunshine. Let's talk about delivering innovation.
I love it. Nice job, Mike.
Thank you.
Nice job, Mike. Even despite flickering screens and all the rest. So let's go back to the slides and let's talk about this second awesome admin superpower of deliver innovation. So Salesforce changes all of the time. We are constantly innovating new ways for you to deliver success at your business. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. Okay. Chris Landy's laughing at me a lot right now. So you deliver innovation at your business using Salesforce. Salesforce delivers innovations for you to do so. We do it 3 times a year in the form of releases. There's a lot in each of those releases, and you as an admin have the opportunity to figure out which things you want to pull from each of those releases, all those amazing features, to help bring new ways to do business to your company. And as I forward the slide, you can see that Beck Eichelzer is Beck here. She's probably already gone as well. So Beck is a local admin as well. She's actually been on an episode of the Salesforce Admins podcast, which you can listen to if anyone's a podcast fan. Beck delivers innovation at her company using Lightning. And she really focused on staying in tune with how the Salesforce platform evolves, so that she can deliver continuous innovation and keep ahead of the competition. It's competitive out there. All of our companies are trying to stay ahead, be the best ones to serve our customers. And you can do that by really focusing on finding new ways to streamline things at your company. And Lightning is a great tool to do that. In Lightning, we have some incredible innovations that help you do this in new ways. So we have a little sneak kind of line up here because we have something coming very soon, and that is called Lightning Object Creator. So imagine that you have a spreadsheet. Who knows how many people track everything in spreadsheets, right? Emailing Excel sheets around, sharing a Google Doc. Well, those spreadsheets need to be in Salesforce, right? A spreadsheet is an app asking to be created. Well, Lightning Object Creator is a new feature that will be available to you very soon that will enable you to take that spreadsheet and create an object with it really fast with a few clicks. Pretty incredible. And then we're really excited about that because for admins, imagine all that time that's going to save us, right? It's a new way to create functionality in the app to help bring the processes that are happening outside of Salesforce into Salesforce. We also have Process Builder and Flow Builder. So process automation is at the very heart of what we do as admins because we want to make it easier for our users to do what they need to do. We want to make our companies run smoother. And we have two amazing declarative tools, point-and-click tools, that allow us to do this as admins, Process Builder and Flow Builder. And let me tell you, Flow Builder just got a facelift. We're going to see it in a second. It is awesome. And if you've ever been intimidated by Flow, let that go because now is the time to get into Flow. It looks like Lightning App Builder. It's a lot more friendly. And we're going to show you some basics on how to use it in just a second. We also have Path. So Path is a beautiful way to visually display on a page what status a record is. And it can either be sequential at the top of the page or it cannot be sequential. But this is a great way to really pull up that most pertinent information for your users at the top of a page. And Calendar, perhaps one of my favorite features in Lightning. Not only can you display all of your records in a list view in Kanban, as we just saw, or even with a report chart, but you can display all of your records with dates on a calendar. I don't know about you, but if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist in my life. So this is extremely helpful for you to keep track of projects and deals and things happening on a beautiful visual calendar display. Okay, now that I've talked about all that, Mike, we want to see another demo. Hopefully it doesn't blink on us again.
No, it'll be okay. This is the best demo I might have ever get to talk to. So let's go ahead and go to the laptop on the screen. There we go. So before we get started, Maria was sitting around and she saw a lot of emails going back and forth with a Google Sheet being shared or an Excel sheet. And it was because Sunshine Chocolates loved using Salesforce and their sales team was involved. They were just tracking projects kind of ad hoc off to the side, right? And so Maria said, I can turn that into an app and I can make that useful for us because it helps give us a bigger picture of what's going on at our company, right? So we're at home. Are we adjusting stuff? Okay. So we're at home having a cup of coffee, a little tea. Jillian also totally missed an opportunity to do the Let It Flow.
I was waiting for you to do it, Mike. You have a better singing voice than I do.
Nope, that's it. That's all you get. I would not win any of the singing contests that are on the TV shows. Right?
Are you sure?
Simon Cowell would just cut me down. Why are you on this stage?
I don't know. There's nothing behind you right now, so I think we're all wondering that.
It's because I need to demo Flow. Oh, Flow, where have you go?
It's supposed to go with the flow.
I'm trying. I'm canoeing up a river.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to touch the computer, so it's going to be an interesting demo.
We're here all week, folks. So we're at Setup Home, and we're going to go into Object Creator, and it's very easy to create objects. All Maria had to do was click the button, create an object, which she did already while they were switching out computers. She created the project object. So, Jillian, let's scroll down, take a look at that project object. Because in Lightning, we can see how much easier it is to just navigate through everything that's on an object. So we immediately have our details, we click on our relationships. The nice thing is she created different types of fields. So if it's a date that needs to be captured, if it's a number, she can also create relationships with other objects. So if she needs to, for example, make it look up to an opportunity. What's this project related to in terms of an opportunity? So you have a lot going on there. Now, one of the things that when she said, I'm going to take this project on, I'm going to get rid of this Google spreadsheet, her boss said, well, Maria, we do a lot of project check-ins, right? Like, I like to know kind of the temperature of a project, and I like to have this meeting. And she said, okay, Miss Executive, I am going to take that 30 minutes off your calendar because I'm going to put it in the app. And Maria's actually going to use a flow to do this. So the cool thing is with flow, admins like us don't have to write code, and we can build a screen and add it to a Lightning page. So she's already got this started. Let's go ahead and jump into it a little bit. Take a look at it. It's a very simple flow. So with the new flow builder, look at how easy it is to understand. Every flow has a starting point. We called it start. And then the first place it's going to is a project feedback screen. So Jillian, let's go ahead and click on that element. And we can see, so right when we're in the element, does this feel familiar? This feels like Lightning App Builder. Off the left, we have our components that we could add. In the middle, we have our canvas. And off to the right, we have the properties of the components that we added. So Jillian, go ahead, clicked on slider. Oh, don't touch the computer too much. There. And we created a slider that's how well is the project going. And of course, we're using emojis because it's Sunshine Chocolates. We want our users to be super engaged. And we have a slider there with the maximum range is 5 and the minimum is 0. And of course, please provide more details. But I feel like there was also that requirement of like red alert, right? Like this project is going off the rails. Jillian, how do we do that? Is that another thing, or is that a?
So there's one of my favorite fields ever created in Salesforce called a checkbox.
Oh,
we can add that right here to our flow screen.
Let's add a checkbox to our flow screen. So all Jillian had to do was grab that component, drag it right on the screen. Off to the right, we're going to label it. And of course, we got to use an emoji. Oh, look at that, it's flashing red light. That feels like it requires an escalation to me. So just like that, we edited the screen. And then we can see, so what happens from that element, we used a connector, and we're going to create a record. Simple enough. One record, we're going to have it go to project feedback, which is the object related to projects. So that's where all this data is going to go. And then we're going to end with a confirmation screen. Thank you for submitting your project log. Cancel. So Jillian, should we run this flow first and just check it before we add it to the screen?
We sure should.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So before we add this to the page layout.
We've got to activate it.
Yes, that's very important. Nope. Okay, so here we are in the project. So this is the object that we created with the page layout. And now we need to add that flow to this screen. So very simply, we go into Lightning App Builder. We click Edit the Page. Very familiar. It's the same thing we did with Home, same thing we did with Opportunities. On the left-hand side, you have a standard flow component. So you can go ahead and just drag that over. And when the flow component's added, it asks which flow we want to grab from. So thankfully, gather project log data is the flow that we just built. You can change any of the other properties on that component. But the other thing we want to do, Jillian mentioned path. And path helps us see where we're at in the project. I mean, Google Spreadsheet couldn't do that. So let's go ahead and add that. Let's save that. And we'll head back to that project page. All right, so immediately you go to this project page. Now you know where it's at. We can see it's in progress. And you know what? The project's going okay. We'll give it a 3. I don't know if we have some details. We can add those. But maybe it's starting to go off the rails, so we can check that box. Click Next. Flow grabbed it and grabbed that data. So we innovated and took 30 minutes off an executive's calendar. Now they know how the project's going, and we can continuously gather feedback from everyone that's involved in the project. But we can do more. You mentioned Process Builder. So we need to have things happen when projects hit certain stages. So if we jump into Process Builder, we can see we created a process. Again, we have a start element we called start. We're going to relate it to a project. And then the first thing we're going to have is our criteria for what the action should do next. And so the project is changed. It's a Boolean. We're calling project is updated. Now we want it to do something. And so off to the right are your immediate actions. The first action is create a task, and we can start pre-populating all those fields. So we wanted that when a project hit a certain stage, based on the criteria and based on the business process, we need this project to do stuff for us. So we're going to have it create a task. The second thing is we want to make sure everybody's updated on this project. Sunshine Chocolate's a small company, but they're very involved with their projects. Every project needs to be successful. Let's post to Chatter and keep that Chatter group updated, right? Because that's where we go to collaborate on projects. And so before Process Builder, a user would have to remember to do this, and that just seems like not innovation. Let's have Salesforce do this so that the user doesn't have to think about it, so they can focus on the chocolate. That's what Sunshine Chocolates is about. Jillian, I think we nailed everything in this Process Builder, right?
We sure did. What's really cool too is that stuff that looks like code right here in this message, it's not, it's merge fields. So you can simply point and click your way to creating this custom Chatter message.
Yes. All right, so let's jump back to that project. We've activated that process. That's a very important thing. And let's change the project to completed. We'll mark that status. Screen flashes, just because. And we can see immediately that created a task. So we have the follow-up task that we said it would create. And I believe it also created a Chatter post. Look at that. And a Chatter post. So now everybody's up to date that the project's been completed. I mean, I think that's pretty innovative, Jillian. We hit flow, we hit process builder, we added path. Maria's doing pretty well in her org.
She's doing really well, but there's still one of my favorite features that we can do even more with.
How did I forget your favorite feature? Please tell me about your favorite feature.
It's calendar, Mike.
Oh, that's right. You know what? If it's not on the calendar, Jillian doesn't show up.
It's true.
So let's make sure that everybody knows about projects and when they're due, because everybody uses this calendar. I love this. So we jump into calendar, and off to the right, we can easily add a calendar from an object that has date fields on it. So the first thing Jillian's going to do is, where am I pulling this data from? Calendar needs to know. We're going to call it project, much like we called start. We're going to fill in the fields that we need to do for start and end date and what we're displaying. And now we have a gorgeous calendar where that executive can look and see where all the projects are, when their start and end dates are. And you know what? Maybe they didn't like pink that day. That's cool. We can go with kind of a cool mint color. I dig the cool mint. But Jillian, I'm not seeing the My Events. Can we get that off there? Is that hard to do?
Sure can. We can get rid of that for you.
We just click and it's gone. So now we have a very succinct calendar. I'm feeling good about this.
Me too. It's so pretty.
It's very cool mint.
It is very, well, it's minty, it's chocolatey, it's donutty. I mean, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I think I need another scoop of ice cream.
Right. So with that, we used Flow to create a screen and a component on a page to gather project feedback. We're saving our executive 30 minutes every single week. We use Process Builder to automate some actions, and we put everything on a calendar. I believe Maria is really driving innovation at Sunshine Chocolates.
She sure is.
Great.
Great job,
Let's
Mike.
wrap it up. Thanks.
All right. So let's go back to slides to bring it home. So your journey does not end here, even though it ends today with this event here. We want you to continue this journey online and join us at admin.salesforce.com, where you can learn more about all the amazing features you just saw. Also, super secret inside information. That app you saw us demoing, Sunshine Chocolates, it's going to be a sample app for admins coming out very soon. So you're going to be able to get in there and play with Flow. Also, we've got a lot of other great content on admin.salesforce.com, blogs, webinars, events, and podcasts. I'm partial to podcasts. There's also Trailhead. So everything today has been about Trailhead. Trailhead really is the fun way to learn Salesforce. You can get on there today, start earning badges, earning points, learning how to skill up on Salesforce. We've got Trailhead content about everything we showed you here today. And also, you connected today in person with the community around you. Take it online as well. I guarantee you there are other Salesforce users within your local community and all around the world who are all willing and excited to help you on your journey. I'm sure you've got things you can also contribute back to help others. Remember, everybody starts at ground zero. So if you think you've got nothing to share, you're wrong, because you absolutely do. So make sure you connect online with us. We so appreciate you being here with us today, and we want you to all go forth and be awesome admins.